Last week, Senator McCarthy appeared on this program to correct any errors he might have thought we made in our report of March 9th. Since he made no reference to any statements of fact that we made, we must conclude that he found no errors of fact. He proved again that anyone who exposes him, anyone who does not share his hysterical disregard for decency and human dignity and the rights guaranteed by the Constitution, must be either a communist or a fellow traveler. I fully expected this treatment. The senator added this reporter's name to a long list of individuals and institutions he has accused of serving the communist cause. His proposition is very simple. Anyone who criticizes or opposes McCarthy's methods must be a communist.
I mean, there's no question there was a genuine paranoia, going on. I mean, was that fluoride in the drinking water was, possibly, making Ward Cleaver less of a man, and there was no Viagra then. They had some genuine concerns. And no film, I can just think of almost no film that captured the paranoia like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It floors me.
Stop! Will you tell these fools I'm not crazy? Make them listen to me before it's too late! Listen to me. Please listen. If you don't, if you won't, if you fail to understand, then the same incredible terror that's menacing me will strike at you!
It's interesting, a lot of people think that the world of science fiction and horror is otherworldly and not connected to the real world in which we live. But if you look at it carefully, it's very connected. In fact, horror and sci-fi is inspired by real world events.
So at the time these films were happening, it wasn't about aliens. Yes, it was about aliens, but for those that wanted to look at it, you could also see there was this fear that everyone had of spies being around every corner, of communists being everywhere.
There was a fear during the 1950s, of course, of communism, which was perceived as something that would make everybody have to live the same way or the way somebody wanted you to live and conform and become part of a greater hive mentality.
Well, God, you can't get more anti-communist Red Scare film than that, because they're basically not only taking your bodies, but they're taking away your souls. And worse, they're doing it while you sleep.
We can't make it without sleep.
Yes, we can.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers was one of the many 1950s films whose script was influenced by the Cold War and communism. During the mid-1950s, this fear took a horrific turn when Senator Joseph McCarthy's vile witch hunt was going strong. Thousands of Americans were accused of being communists or communist sympathizers and were subjected to aggressive investigations and questioning before government committees. McCarthy ruined the lives, families, and careers of some of the nation's most talented artists with his Hollywood blacklist.
Suddenly, while you're asleep, they'll absorb your minds, your memories.
I don't want any part of it.
You're forgetting something, Miles.
What's that?
You have no choice.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers starred Kevin McCarthy, who had won the Golden Globe in 1951 for Most Promising Newcomer for Death of a Salesman.
Kevin McCarthy in Invasion of the Body Snatchers really embodies the everyman, which was absolutely essential, and I think that's why Don Siegel did a great job in casting him in that role.
McCarthy just playing that mild-mannered, small-town doctor who comes home and all of a sudden people that he's known for years and years and years and years are changing. They're different.
I don't think we were thinking so specifically about the best of this or the best of that, or that it was a sci-fi film, or that it was in a class by itself or anything. We were doing work. We were working hard, and it was a intriguing version of the novel. It isn't quite the same as the novel, of course, but in a certain streamlined way, the elements are there, even though some of the special effects that are written about in the novel couldn't have been done in those days. But nonetheless, we certainly got to your imagination so that you felt what I was feeling, what Donna Winter, Becky was feeling, and it was work.